Unit 4, Day 3 Notes. Today we'll be discussing corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Number 1, given that triangle ABC is congruent with triangle EFD, we're going to name all the congruent sides and all the congruent angles. So based off of how the picture is drawn, we can make some assumptions that are acceptable for this purpose. It appears that side AB is the shorter side on ABC, and EF is the shorter side on EFD. So we'll know that those two sides are congruent. So AB is congruent with EF. Alright. Now, it appears that AC is similar to DE because it's straight. So that means AC is congruent with DE. And last but not least, that side that kind of looks diagonal, DC, is similar to DF. So BC is congruent with DF. The arrangement of the lettering does not matter when you're naming a side. Just make sure you include two letters when you name a side or a segment. Now we're going to focus on angles. When it comes to angles, look at the given information, and the vertices that are listed in that same order will be the vertices that are congruent. So since A comes first in ABC and E comes first in EFD, those two angles are congruent. Even though it might be hard to see from the picture, it's about the order that they're labeled in or given. So that means angle A is congruent to angle E. Next in the order is angle B with angle F. So those two are congruent. That's what. And lastly, you have C congruent with D. So again, the picture might be hard to judge based off the picture, but if you pay close attention to the ordering, then you'll be fine. And though we said that triangle ABC was congruent with triangle EFD, we could also rearrange it, and there are some other triangles that are congruent. So that means triangle BCA is congruent with triangle FDE. That also means triangle CAB is congruent with triangle DEF. Again, you're keeping the order, the same vertices that are congruent together. And you can mix it up any kind of way. I could say triangle BAC. So again, you just got to pay attention to the vertices. So B is congruent with F, so that would be triangle F. A is congruent with E, so that would be E next, to be follow the same order, and then D. So order matters when you're listing the triangles, because based off of the order, those respective angles or vertices will be congruent. You should be able to complete this one in the same manner. So take a photo of this one and submit. On this one, they want us to mention the congruent angles and then the congruent sides. We don't have a picture, but you don't have to have one in order to answer this question. Again, pay attention to the order. So the first vertex on ABC is A. The first vertex over here is X. So those two would be congruent. So angle A is congruent with angle X. Then B's next with Y. So angle B is congruent to angle Y. And lastly, you have C congruent to Z. So angle C is congruent to angle Z. Now, when it comes to sides, again, you don't have to have a picture in order to answer this question. You can simply just look at the arrangement of the vertices to establish which ones are congruent. So again, any combination of two letters is a side. So the first side would be AB, and that would be congruent with XY. Okay. That means the next pair, BC, is congruent to YZ. And last but not least, that means CA or AC, doesn't matter how you want to word it, is congruent to ZX. So again, order is very important when you're naming the congruent parts. Now, knowing the congruent parts would be very helpful to figure out how to solve for X in this example. We know that this triangle love is congruent to dog. So that means angle L is congruent with angle D. We know that angle U is congruent with angle O. And we'll also know that angle V is congruent with angle G. Well, we're given angle L, angle U, and angle O. Do we see a congruent pair in those myths? Yes, we do. We have U and O. So since they are congruent, you can set them equal to each other. So again, U is congruent to O. So that means 9x plus 12 is equal to 11x minus 2. And we can use this equation to solve for x. First, subtract 9x on both sides. So that'll leave you with 12 equals 2x minus 2. Then add 2 to both sides, which would give you 14 equals 2x. Then divide both sides by 7. So that would get, by 2. So that would give you 7 equals x. Or x equals 7. This is a similar question. Make sure you pay attention to the order in the triangles. It wants you to solve for x. And then after you solve for x, find the length of NE. Snap a photo and take a picture.